Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me. I had no idea what I was doing. Whatever showed up on my face, showed up on my face. And right now I'm starting off the eyes today, and I am using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. Now this eyeshadow primer is a very nice primer if you don't want your eyeshadows to be creasing throughout the day. And it also creates a smooth, nice base for the eyeshadows that are about to be put on. So right now I am going in with the Tarte Sweet Indulgences palette in Just Malt Away. It is a nice creamy malty color, exactly how it says. And this eyeshadow is also good just to set the eyeshadow primer, and it also is a good base for all the eyeshadows so they can blend out nice and seamlessly. Now I am going into my transition shade, and the eyeshadow that I'm going to be using is called Pinky Promise. It is this nice pinky mauve color, and now I'm working in the eyeshadow from the outer corner all the way into the inner corner, making sure it is a nice transition for my crease color that is going to be put on next. Now I'm going in with my crease shadow, and the shadow is called You Look Marvelous. It is this nice mauve plum color. So now what I am doing with this eyeshadow is I am going from the outer corner and working my way towards the inner corner, and I am going back and forth between placing the product and blending out the product. Now you want to start off with very little product and work your way up. You don't want to place the eyeshadow on your eye with just tons and tons of product, because that's where people tend to go wrong with blending out their eyeshadow. They have so much product on their eyeshadow that they can't even blend it out, and it turns out looking like a muddy mess. So from experience, I would start off with little product and work your way up and just keep on blending back and forth. Now, to deepen up the crease just a little bit more, I am going into the shade called Taupe of the World. It is this nice deep taupe color, but you will see in a couple seconds that I didn't really enjoy this color. It wasn't dark enough for me, but you will see next that I choose a much more darker color. Like I said, I chose a much more darker color, and this is called Wind Down Brown. It is this nice rich brown shade, and I am just focusing this more on the outer corner of the eye to deepen up the crease look a little bit more. Again, like I said earlier, you want to start off with little product and work your way up so it doesn't turn out to be a muddy mess. And also I am going back and forth between blending and placing the product. You want to make sure you blend, blend, blend. Now for my eyelid shade, I am going into the shade called Dare to Be Gold. It is this nice shimmery gold tone eyeshadow. Now as you can see, it doesn't really show up on my eye that well, so as you'll see later down the road, I am going to be using this makeup setting spray. It is a nice tip that I like to use to make the eyeshadow more visible and to pop more. once all the eyeshadows have been put on my eyes and all blended out, I am going in with the jet black eyeliner and tight lining my upper lash line to give it a more vibrant, more pop look to my eyes. Yay, now we're on to the face. So for moisturizer, I am using the CeraVe moisturizer. This is a very nice moisturizer if you have sensitive skin. I got this at the dermatologist. They recommended it to me because I have also oily to combination skin, and it is a very nice moisturizer for those certain purposes. Now I am moving on to this stuff called hyaluronic acid. Now people mostly use this for the anti-aging skincare benefits, but I use it for the moisture benefits because with just 1 drop of hyaluronic acid, it holds up to 6 liters of water. Now, like I said earlier, I have oily to combination skin, and right now my skin is extremely dry, and I just use it for the moisture purpose, not the aging purpose, because I'm still young. Next is primer, and the primer I'm using is called NYX Honey Do Me Up. Now this is a great primer for dry skin. What it does is it clings on to my dry patches and just soaks them up. It is like a drink of water for your face. This is an excellent primer, and like it doesn't make your face feeling greasy or oily in any type of way. Next is foundation, and the foundation I chose today is the NYX foundation stick. Now this is an excellent foundation. I've only been using this for a couple of weeks, and I love this. It is very nice, small and compact, and it blends out extremely good for just a drugstore foundation stick. I didn't know that they could be this wonderful, but it is, and it creates this very nice smooth foundation. This foundation also is a light to medium coverage, and today I was looking for more of a light coverage than more of a medium coverage. Next is concealer, and the concealer that I'm using for my pesky little under eye bags is called the It Cosmetics Bye Under Eye. It basically says what it does. It gets rid of your under eye circles in like in a snap of fingers. So yeah, I'm just blending this out with my beauty blender. I love using my beauty blender to blend out my concealer. I hate using a brush because I feel like it just moves the product around and it creates streaks underneath my eyes. And with using the beauty blender, it just blends it out nice and seamlessly. I'm going in with another concealer to highlight, and the concealer that I'm using is the NYX HD concealer. I love using this concealer to highlight for these purposes because it is a very light concealer and it doesn't feel too heavy or too thick. It is very nice and thin. Now I am baking my under eyes, and I am using the Coty Airspun powder. I wish it was the Laura Mercier translucent powder because that stuff works wonders as well, but this is a very nice dupe. And I am going to not only be baking my under eyes, but also the rest of my face basically, but to sum it up, just my T-zone. But I am also going to be going in with just a very nice compact brush, and I'm using this Bare Minerals brush, and I'm just setting the rest of my face with it. Now for bronzer, I'm going in with the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro Palette, and I'm mixing 2 shades together. These 2 shades are called Toffee and Sculpt, and I'm just going over in normal bronzing spots my cheekbones, my forehead, and also a little bit of my jawline. Now for contour, I'm going with the same exact palette, except I'm doing a different shade this time. I'm using Toffee instead, and I'm just going into the normal contour spot, which is underneath my cheekbones, to define them a little bit more. And I am also blending that out so it's not as harsh. Now to sharpen up my contour, I am going in with my Coty Airspun powder again, and I'm also using the e.l.f. contour brush. I learned this technique from Jaclyn Hill to sharpen up and to define my contour just a little bit more. After a long awaited 10 minutes, I am now just wiping my bake away. Now I'm going into blush, and I'm using NARS Orgasm blush. I love this blush. I use it every single day. I love the color payoff it gives, and it also has these like gold little specks in them, so it's almost like a highlight, and it just makes my cheekbones pop. Now for highlight, I'm going into this one by OFRA Cosmetics. It doesn't really have a name, but I love the color payoff it gives, and it's this highlighter slash eyeshadow. I got it in my Ipsy, but I'm just highlighting in the normal spots. Now I'm going back to the eyes, and I'm going to be putting these eyeshadows underneath my lower lash line. And now I'm going back in with Pinky Promise, and this is just like a little transition shade for your under eye, and I'm just placing this all underneath my lower lash line. Now to deepen up the lower lash line just a little bit more, I'm going back into the You Look Marvelous shade and just giving it a more smokier effect. Now to deepen it up even more, I'm going back in with that brown shade called Wind Down Brown, and I'm just placing this as close as I can to the lower lash line as possible. And to blend everything out, I'm going back in with my blending brush to give a more smokier effect. Now once all those eyeshadows are done and blended out, I'm going to work on the inner corner, and I'm going back into the shade called Dare to Be Gold. Now I am reaching for my eyelash curler to prep for my eyes for the mascara and the eyelashes that I'm about to put on. Now this is my first time ever putting on fake eyelashes, so don't make fun of me if they look bad, but I'm using the Salon Perfect Demi Wispy eyelashes, and I also did my eyebrows off camera as well. Now for lips, I'm going in with a liquid lipstick, and this is by NYX, and it is in their line of the Lip Lingerie, and I'm just using the shade called Embellishment. It is this nice muted purple tone. I thought this would go great because of the eye look. I used a lot of mauve-y plum shades. In my makeup, I am using the Mario Badescu facial spray, and yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you liked it. Again, thank you so much for watching, and bye guys.